Alright, so lately I've been learning like sometimes it's mind over heart, you know. Sometimes you have to be like that. And it's really hard. That's something that's very hard for me because I want to be forgiven and I want to believe people and I want to trust them. I want to. I really do. But lately, it's like I cannot not see it. And that's been painful in a lot of ways because I had to cut off people that at some point in my life I didn't think that I would ever cut them off because they family. So today was a major lesson for me because I cut off my family. Um, Not so much my mom, but my brother and my dad. Like, the reason why my mom, and that's crazy as fuck to even say to me, but after I explain, people will understand. And I feel like I have to explain it in detail because I want people to understand. And in case you're going through this same situation, maybe you could learn something from it, from me. So, alright. Hmm. I'm just thinking about how far I have to go back. Like, I don't want to go back too far, but alright, 2020, I had a lot of shit that happened with my family, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of things. So I'm thankful for that. But it was a very painful experience, and I don't want to go through it again. But the only way that you, like, because when the truth is revealed to you, don't make yourself go blind. Because that's going to be to your own detriment. Because these people going to remind you every fucking time why you can't fuck with them. They're going to remind you every time. I slept good as fuck last night. And I got this new, but I don't know how this shit work. Oh, bitch, almost made me drop my joint. Like my mom, I'm trying. I love her, you know. Man, this shit right here. Hold on. Hmm. Okay. Like, throughout my spiritual journey, my mom always been very, very supportive. And it's been a whole process since, like, I want to say before 2012. I went through a phase that I was trying to be a Christian for like a year and a half, but the shit didn't make sense, so I ended up not fucking with it. Then I went into other forms of spirituality. You know, the typical stuff. There is some typical ass stuff. First, people be religious. Then you might get into a less restricting religion practice like Buddhism or something. I was considering Buddhism at one time. Um, then there was a time, like especially like around 2010, 2012, between that the Illuminati shit was popping, and it was believable, you know, which it is, it's true, but see, they create these illusions around what it truly is, and now I have that answer. So, but yeah, I went through all these phases, and then I was like kind of like a hippie and stuff, uh, dealing with ayahuasca and shit, going to these festivals and everything. So that was that. And then I slowly migrated into more things because I have a thirst for knowledge. It's not even a thirst for knowledge, it's a thirst to make sense of shit. Because as I was going through these different things, it was like at some point, it was like, man, we ain't supposed to be living life like this, man. This shit is stupid, man. This shit don't make no motherfucking sense. So I go on to the next thing, and I also didn't like the fact, my biggest problem with religion was the fact that it always make you feel less than. It always making you feel bad about some shit. And I be like, damn, man, I get tired of feeling like that, man. Like, I'm horny. I want to fuck or masturbate or something. But now I got all these restrictions and rules around it. So if I do it, I'm going to feel guilty as fuck. And I got tired of feeling like that. Or it have you being nice to the wrong fucking people, because this person probably should get cussed the fuck out. But see, my auntie, she hella religion. So when I was going through all this shit with my family, they doing the absolute worst, man. Like, they slandering me. They turning people against me. They lying on me. They trying to hack into my account and shit. You know what she told me with her religious ass? Turn the other cheek. That made me lose all respect. Like, it really did. I remember being on the phone, I'm telling her this, and my mom, she in the living room with me, and my mom didn't think that she said that, but I was like, nah, mom, she's saying turn the other cheek, and my mom was like, hmm? But see, with my mom, the thing that be getting her caught up is that she a Leo, and she wants to please other people, or she wants to be liked and accepted. But she trying to do what's right. But, cause like her spirit, she would say stuff like, I believe in my baby. I believe in my baby. My baby going, I'm going. Like, I seen it. I see you. I believe in my baby. That's how my mom would be. But my dad, he's a Aries, and he's an intellectual. He don't been to college. I should read this shit that he sent me after I'm telling him, like, I don't feel like y'all care about me. Like, by y'all actions. Sometimes the way y'all act don't make fucking sense to me. Because I see y'all treat other people differently. I don't understand. So my dad sent me some message talking about the prism of your mind and your perception and being in a different generation. I'm like, man, see, this the fuck I'm talking about, man. That's how my dad talk. He get to talking all extra mental. But when I'm asking him, like, yo, connect to your heart space. Because, you know, even though when I say something real shit and I come off as emotional, I guess, that's how people, because they want you to sit there and the mind is dumb as fuck. It's like a calculator. It's a tool that you use. But when you tapping into the truth, it's your motherfucking emotions, your heart center, the feeling. That's why when you say some shit like, you know, put yourself in my shoes, or if this was you, how would you feel? When you say that shit to people, it instantly spark that in them. Unless they truly don't love themselves, then, and you could tell the difference too. Or if they truly selfish, like they know what they doing, like they mischievous with it. So when you ask them some shit like, put yourself in my shoes, they be acting like all confused. In my shoes? That don't even make sense. And they be acting like that shit don't even make sense to them. That's because they know what they doing. You telling me that you can't sit here and review that situation and put yourself in my shoes and formulate some type of understanding? I mean, these motherfuckers will have no understanding. They just refuse to fucking understand. So and those fucking shots, man, like they really mess people up. I'm telling you the truth, man. I remember when my brother, before he took the shot, he was like, he didn't want to take it at first. But my dad, because, you know, my dad and my mom, they watch the news all motherfucking day. And they feel like that's true, authentic information. So you really can't tell them shit. And they really believe it, even though it don't make sense. And they would defend shit that don't make sense because of the programming of that news. My brother wanted to stay with my parents, and my dad was like, well, if you stay here, you have to get that shot. Because my dad was like, you be around too many people. Because my brother's an extrovert, and yeah, he very social. He always got to be around people. So he felt like he was a risk, so you have to take that shot. So after he took it, like his whole perception of it changed. Like he wasn't, like now he was watching the news and being like, yeah, that man know what he talking about. And I be looking in disbelief because there was a time that me and my brother would look at the news and we would actually be peeping shit that don't make sense. But now he believe. After that, after he started to believe in that narrative and shit, he got into an accident and he was able to sue and got a large lump sum of money. Now, when he was going through the process, he would talk about it like constantly. You know, I can't sit long with my brother. Like, he talk at you, he don't talk with you. He's very hurt. So many of his energy centers are like shut down. And you know, one of the reasons I even got into spirituality like I did is because I seen how destructive my family is, and I wanted to heal them and myself, because I had a daughter and I didn't want her to turn out like that. I didn't want her. I wanted to protect her. So that's why I even went on that journey to heal, because there was a time when I wrote that poem in my video about the Adam syndrome. So at this point in my life, I had been through so much trauma, and I was avoiding it, just avoiding it. Like, I wasn't dealing with it on a deep level. But you know, since I'm such a intense and deeply feel things, like, it would hurt so bad. Like, living in itself would just hurt so bad. I really felt like I was suffering, and I was like calling for help at that time. But it was a situation where every time I did, people would judge me on it, or people would criticize me and stuff like this. And these would be people that's supposed to offer help, because I remember, because this was like way back, 2012 or something, maybe 2011. It was this one YouTuber, and she's still on YouTube to this day. And I was listening to her story and shit, and I looked up to her. So I remember writing her, nah, that was somebody else. I wrote this one YouTuber. I was like asking for advice, and he came on he came online. Whew. Damn, they hit hard. He came online and he read it and he made fun of it and he tried to make it seem like I was stupid and all this other shit. Completely devastated me. This was like after I had, and I think because when I wrote him, I was so emotional at that time, it came off like that. But I thought that he would be able to feel me, but no. Like I was so emotional that, you know, I always been good at English and literature and shit like that. But I was so emotional that my punctuation and everything was all fucked up. But I thought he'd be able to feel me. So that was the type of experience that I was going through at that time. It got to a point that I didn't want to open up to nobody because it's like, damn, why people act so negatively towards me? And I don't feel like they could understand me. I don't know. Anyways, damn, what happened? Oh, I was just a high functioning depressed person. So I would still go to work. I would still go to work and shit and go to school, but barely. That was like on and off at that time because I could barely handle it. But what really fucked me up was my daughter. She drew me a picture, and on it it said, "I just want you to be happy." Damn, bruh, that fucked me up. That fucked me up. So I was like, damn, I really have to heal because, you know, she could see it. And I'm not functioning well. So I started like working on it. That's when I started to write more poetry, because poetry helped me to purge, get that shit out of me, and I would feel relief after I write it. So, and that's why a lot of my poems is very dark. It was a purge. So first I was like thinking about therapy. But that shit would never work out for very odd reasons. It was always something. And I remember coming across this Libra one time, and I was talking about that. He like, don't you tell those people nothing. And I'm like, what? He like, don't you tell those people nothing about you. I'm telling you. And I was like what they gonna do? Ain't like something, ain't like I killed somebody or something like that. So what they gonna do with it? He was like, I'm telling you. I was like, because I was telling him I'm gonna go to therapy, and he was like, don't. He was telling me not to go. I took my ass anyways. But it would be like odd things. Like one lady, she ended up dropping me. I got dropped by 2 people. I would do like that first interview. You know, it's a first, like, I don't know what they do. They ask you questions and shit like that. So we did that and everything. And I actually fucked with her. And then I got a call and was like, they said it was a conflict of interest because they stay so close to me. And I was like, well, damn, didn't she see my address before she even did that first interview? Then there was another one, and she ended up leaving. It be weird as fuck. Even when I be going to job interviews, like, it just, everything be seeming so fucking fake. And then sometimes you have these people come in their lives and they like angels and they like warn you of shit or help you with something. And then you don't really talk to them again. So like sometimes I suggest counseling because it will help people process their mind. But I think that you should, I don't know, maybe that's something that was just not meant for me. mm. So I guess I just I went to alternative methods. That's why I tried ayahuasca and shit, which was helpful. After ayahuasca, my soul felt so light that I realized how it feels to have a light soul. So I started to get heavy again, like just going back out in the world. I could feel the weight of it more, you know, because before that, all I knew was a heavy soul, you know, since like a young age. So man, I did in my dream last night, somebody did drive across water or something. mm. I slept good as fuck, good as fuck. I'm so thankful. You know what, I think my daughter slept good too last night because I heard her ass snoring. Wish I had water. But around this full moon and the shadow period, I wasn't getting good sleep, and my daughter wasn't either. I had a deep conversation with her. She said that she is so tired of school. I told her I understand. That's why a lot of times it's like she want to stay home. Yeah, I let her. All she got to do is ask. And that's why my daughter don't lie. She hates to lie. Like, even if I'm trying to do a prank on somebody, she wouldn't really want to do it because she'll have to lie or something. Unless it's like a jump scare. But, no, she hate lying. So, so my brother, he got this money. He's spending it fast. He's spending it real fast. But before, around New Year's, we got into an argument. Like, there are times he get real ugly. He explode. And a lot of times he like to take that out on my mom. And, you know, if you knew my mom upbringing, she's very strong and she don't get scared easily. But she be scared of him. So I asked him about it. I wanted to talk about it. Because when she told me about it, I know what she was saying was true. And she shouldn't have to live like that. So I was like, ask him, can I talk to him? And instantly he getting mad. You think you know everything. I hate that phrase, because that phrase be letting me know when somebody is a fucking hater. Every time, because they all fucking use it. You think you know. You think you this. Nah, bitch. You think that. So he felt like, see, I understand shit that is happening when it's happening. So everything that played out is energy that he playing in now. And I'm going to relate it right the fuck now. There was a time he yelling at me. He mad. He screaming and shit. And I'm telling him like, look, you need to start yelling at me and you need to start spitting on me. So he up there. Now he up here packing his shit. Like he about to leave and shit. Don't got shit, nowhere to go. So my daughter is over there patting his back, trying to calm him down. And I was like, look, go sit over there. He went outside and I told her, look, if a man is acting like that, don't be trying to cater to them. I don't want you to look at that and think that that's something right, because he should be able to control himself and have this conversation. She just don't want nobody to be mad. But fuck that. The way he acting is way fucking out of line. So my dad at this time, he trying to watch the fucking game. My dad don't give a fuck about it. He's a sports fanatic, okay? Like that's his thing that he zone out in. He used to be very good at sports, you know. You could just tell how the energy relates, and he's an Aries. So my dad is like, y'all all need to shut the fuck up. So now my brother coming in and out the door, he grabs something. And it put my dad in defense. So my dad is like, nigga, I'll beat your ass. And at this point, you can feel my dad's energy. And I'm actually scared for my brother. Because, child, oh my goodness. So I'm calling my daddy, daddy, please. Daddy, please. Like, please, daddy, just come sit down, please. I'm fucking scared at for like, oh my God, please, though. And this just made my brother infuriated. So he overheard, 'cause I guess the window was open. So when I was telling my daughter, like, look, if a man is acting like that, don't be catering to those emotions, because he should be able to handle himself. You have to have boundaries with people like that. He jumped, came in the house, was like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. And I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck what you think it is. Like, this is for the well-being of my daughter. Would you want her to be with somebody like you? Like, think about that. And it's true. And he know the truth to that answer. And I understand that it hurt. But, man, it had to be said. Because you ain't coming to the understanding on your own based off of what is happening. So that night, after everything had happened, and he's like, he went outside somewhere. Is that a chicken? I've been seeing the weirdest birds lately. And it's this particular bird too. I seen the same bird in the other town. Hmm. So I just sat and was just shaking my head. Like, that's me calming myself. I'm calming myself. I'm trying to center myself again. But for some reason, when I'm in this energy, it's intense for other people. in that energy when I'm just sitting there like shaking my motherfucking head. So my mom and my daughter, I'm just sitting there shaking my head and they just looking at me. Then my mom started talking about other stuff. Like, y'all want some of these pies? Take it all. Take what you want to take. Like, we got too much food, so y'all could take whatever y'all want. Then she'll come and tell me, like, it's all right. Or she would talk about my energy. See, you heard that? Yeah. And I'm looking, I can see you, bitch. This fucking bird. Y'all just be revealing yourselves. That's why the bird is so fucking loud. See? Losing his motherfucking mind. All it do is be showing me y'all motherfuckers. Because if the bird was working for you, it would be silently watching. But nah, they allow like an alarm. So I feel like we all do that. We all Scorpio moons. Me, my mom, my daughter. And we all, some point, speak about the energy that's radiating. Like, my mom would be like, I could feel you. Like, I could feel what you feeling. Or sometimes when my daughter talk about stuff, she would talk about the energy of it. So, but eventually I center myself. And, yeah. So when I was leaving, I offered him a hug. He wouldn't take it. Then he started sending me all these messages on my way home. And in the messages, it was blaming somebody else, taking no accountability. So I'm like, look, we could have just had a conversation, because somebody is talking about their experience with you, and that shit is relevant, especially if y'all staying in the same home. Like, you got so mad so quickly that you don't even know what was said. All I did was ask to talk to you. And I was like, man, I'll talk to you later, because you so reactive. It's a whole lot of factors, and I understand that. But that shit needs to be healed. Cause I can't be around him for too long. Cause how his energy is, man, he's so hurt, man. And then, you know, at times through my spiritual journey, he would like take things from me, like stuff, gifts I give to him. Like when I first got into like crystals and stuff, like 2015, 14 maybe. Like I used to put intentions in crystals and had him carry it for protection and stuff like that. And like he lived a very busy life. So he would come back and tell me that, you know, I had good luck when I was carrying your crystals. And it's like, as soon as I lost them, everything went to shit. And you know, at first, I didn't really know how to respond to that because um, hmm, hmm. But that made me give him crystals all the time, and he was always lose it. Then I got into like sage and polycento, and I would like cleanse the house and stuff. And then my mama friends and stuff would want me to come and cleanse their house. And I would like cleanse him and stuff like that. But there was one time, like when I did the energy healing section on my mom, I was gonna do one on him too. But he was like kind of resistant to it. So I ain't do it. I ain't do it. So I knew that I knew he was gonna get this money, and I knew that when he did, it was gonna bring out the worst. To the point that I was warning my parents about it. Like, when he get this money, it's gonna bring out the worst. Like, I should be at least mentally prepared for it. He got this money, man. Man, I mean, he disrespected my parents so bad. It made me hot. Man, the stuff he did, and it just made me disappointed in my parents, because it's really like they not setting boundaries with him because of the money. And they be making excuses all around it, but none of that shit makes sense. Then he started playing psychological games with me on my birthday. He like, I'm gonna send you this amount of money. And I was like, okay. Then he sent me Vimo because he claimed that he didn't trust the other way that we exchanged money before. And I'm like, okay. He never sent the money. He had my mom call me multiple times to tell me that he got the money. I felt like he wanted me to ask. I don't want shit. Especially when it's attached to fucking extra shit. Nah, I don't give a fuck. Because then he would start to like, he talking about this how I knew he wasn't shit. He talking about he couldn't trust the way to send me money, so he was gonna send it to my daughter, which don't have no bank account. And and I was like, then he started buying people cars and doing all this other shit. And you know, before he did this, in 2020, when that situation happened, like the reason I couldn't understand how my people reacted is because the shit was crazy. But it's like people in my family really didn't give a fuck, or they didn't. Like, me and my mom had a deep discussion about this the last time, and she understood, and she admitted that she didn't understand before. And a part of it is like she don't really like to see me hurt. She just like to see me be strong. I had a feeling like when I went through things, my brother felt good about it, but it just recently was confirmed because when he was writing me all this stuff, he mentioned something, and that let me know that how he really felt. So eventually there was enough events that happened that made me be like, yo, fuck you and all this bullshit. So I straight told him, like, look, man, I don't fuck with you, man. I don't trust you. Like, you my brother, but I don't really feel like you care about me. And it was always like that. And it was a time that he told me when I was younger that he didn't. Man, I'm done with him. And then it made me like lose respect in my parents, because he did the, I mean, something horrific. And both of my parents keep saying to me, we already lost one child. We can't turn our back on him. See, at first it was just gonna be him. But then another event happened. And then they be acting like this other event. I went to visit my mom. When I was over my mom, my baby father, he came over to see my daughter, well, our daughter. And when he was there, because, oh my goodness. My daughter have a brother. Their birthday is just a day apart. So, they both are Geminis. It's just funny because, like, her brother went through a growth spurt. He starting to get muscular and stuff, and you could just see the energy that he already into girls and shit. So, but my baby father was like, you know, I bought him a car, and when you get your license, I'm gonna buy you a car too. And he was excited about it, and he wanted to teach her how to drive and all of that. So he told this to me and my daughter and my mom. The next fucking day, my brother is gonna send me a picture of a car and gonna be thinking that my daughter can get it. I didn't even respond. And then eventually it don't ruminated through my family, and my dad ended up calling my baby father, asking him, because not only did my brothers out here just buying cars and shit, he wanted to get my baby father involved and being like, yeah, I bought this car right here and I want you to paint it Because my baby father, he do custom paints and stuff. He have his own business. And I'm like, damn, he got his own fucking life. And y'all overstepping boundaries. I talked to my baby father and he was like, yeah, I ain't want to be rude or nothing, but that's something that I actually look forward to, buying her a car and teaching her how to drive. I want to do that. And then my father didn't even tell me that he did that. So that really made me feel like, man, I really can't fuck with y'all. Because then when I tried to explain, like, this is how we feel about it, my dad is using these tactics like, I'm older and wiser. You is just being emotional. Just let it go. My parents wasn't always like that, you know? So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, man, I can't fuck with y'all. I can't fuck with none of y'all. And my dad is acting like he don't care because he feel like, nah, this what they did. All of a sudden, my brother sent me $300 in the manner that he said that he don't trust, and gonna write the word love. Then my dad gonna text me and be like, check your bank account. Fucking smiley face. I sent the money back. And I wrote my dad, told him that this ain't about money. I said this is about my spirit, it's about my soul. I feel like y'all don't truly give a fuck about me. In 2020, when all that shit was happening, I was being lied on and shit like that. And I had other cousins was up there trying to fight me. He gonna say that one of those cousins was his sister before I was even born. So now he over there buying cars and shit for them. All of a sudden, people are showing up at my mama's house. People we haven't seen in forever. And they will do some shit like ask about everybody, but won't ask about me. At this point, I don't give a fuck if I'm tripping. Y'all could continue to think that, but I feel more peace staying the fuck away from y'all. Because around y'all, I can't trust you. I can't trust you. And why these motherfuckers, like, when I cut off that homeboy, he went to my mama. Why people do shit like that? See, that's how I know people be some bitches. They like try to use my parents as tools, soften me up or something. Man, nah, don't do that shit. Don't do that. Motherfuckers be really trying to make it seem like I don't got fucking sense. And that's insane to me. God damn, my mouth is dry. It's dry as fuck. So, after that, I was actually softening up on my own. I went and hung out with a homegirl, and I was talking about it like, you know, maybe I go too far or something. Maybe I shouldn't cut them off. Like, that's my family. So, yeah. I'm like, but then my parents is like acting like they clueless to it. This dude sent me $300 while buying the people who lied on me and tried to fight me cars and shit. And it ain't about the money, it's about the action of it. But when he had to go to the doctor for, you know, this case and everything, I took him. And I had to go through hell to take him. Me and my brother is like 10 years apart. He don't give a fuck about me, man. And when I be thinking back, he never did, you know? And it's sad, but it's true. So yeah, I was thinking about, but then something happened today. My dad up here, he texted me and he was like, I need help keeping your mom on track with her keeping up eating and drinking water and stuff. Because for the longest, my mom had high blood pressure. And now she started dealing with low blood pressure after taking that, you know. Man, it's crazy. And that instantly pulled at my heartstrings. So I'm like, I instantly went on Amazon, bought my mom one of those bottles where it have like the measurements on it and stuff like that, looking up vitamins and stuff like that. Looking up herbs, Cause I'm up here like I could make her a whole concoction or something with my herbs that I got here in the cabinet. So I ain't even text my dad back. I went directly to my mom and I was like, "Ma, I'm gonna order you something, and I want you to look at this." I sent her a link. Hmm. So she started sending me voice clips, but it's all this noise in the background. And I was like, "Why is all this noise in the background?" She said, um, I might just keep that part out. But she was with my brother. And in the last voice clip that she sent me, he was basically telling her, like, don't talk to me. In the background. Cause she like, I'm talking to my daughter. And he like, no, 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 no. That's done. I haven't heard from my mom since that last voice clip. And I text her. And if she texts me later when she's not around him, when she alone, hmm, I used to worry so much about my parents and shit. Like, I used to worry about so many people. And then slowly and slowly, like, those people fading away. And it feels lighter. That don't have to be my responsibility. Nor is it even appreciated, you know? So it's just me and my daughter and some people that's close to me. Like, I have friends that show me what real love is. So so now I know. And sometimes it be seeming like a real setup. I was like, damn, nobody like checked on me and stuff. Nobody came over after my brother died, but they come around now. And all his darkest moments, he don't call those people. He called me. Man, I'm through, bruh. I'm done than a motherfucker. Like, I have to be. I'm close to my mama, though. And I know that she love me. So, but I'm gonna keep my distance as long as she attached to that because it always filtered through her. It always filtered through her, like,